Welcome to Satsang. You are already your true self. That was the goal of a search, and somehow you realize it when you drop the search. So don't let any doubt contaminate you. And for that, don't enter in any movement of your mind. Because it creates an illusory subject with illusory direction towards an object. And that's all the base of the seeker and its search and its goal to liberate himself. So anything which rises is not you. Anything which can disappear is not you. You are from where everything rises to where everything disappears. To realize it, just keep quiet where you already are. In other words, it is not in going into movements of the mind that there is a solution to finally, like a golden carrot somewhere, realize yourself. It is by giving up experiences, the reality, the so-called belief that it's real in experiences, concepts, sensations, emotions. Because, as I said in the beginning, and you have to check by yourself, there is no object, there is no experiences and all the kind, if there is not I first who rises. And one identifies with I, with the one he thinks he is. So that basis self is absolutely a wrong view. But we can't help. It looks we have to pass through searching to hear, don't search, and to keep quiet from where those states appear. So it's a clear painting. If it is not clear, please ask. We are together for that. And of course, the ingredient which is absolutely necessary is the desire to finally free oneself from illusory beliefs. Let them be in the form, as I said, of experiences, sensations, emotions, ideas, ideals, whatever the mind can present. So, I really invite, because there is no satsang otherwise, the satsang is When there is a demand, then a response appears. Otherwise, there is no need of satsang. Everything is satsang all the time. You are all, in other words, you are yourself all the time, in the company of your true self all the time. But if we dedicate this moment together, just share whatever experience, convincing experience you sit on, or express your doubts, more clarity needed maybe, or not, whatever. Whatever is still in the mind, after all. To root it out. It's just a question of rooting out. And that can be done at once. Because who you are has been never the veiled, but the complication of this mind makes it complicated and looks like veiling who you are. So be very natural, because it's not a course, it's not a teaching. It is just a matter of, since we believe there is something which troubles or which makes you search or suffer, it's just a question of giving up that conviction. So it's not through more glimpses, more understandings, more insights that you will be freed, liberated, because they are always temporary. And the belief that those glimpses or insight could be permanent one day is a real belief. It cannot be, because it is in the mind, with all levels of the mind, from superficiality to depth and sublime states. So the mind by nature is temporary. It comes and goes. So don't expect any solution, any hope, any help through the mind and through the body. This itself is illusory. Yes, Rika.
Yesterday you told me from the past I did it. It was a very painful attraction or something from me.
Yeah.
So I realized it. This 40 years which I had till now, it was a big suffering.
Yes.
All the nothing else. And now I didn't thought that I will speak today, but I sit here and have the feeling that that's why I speak about this, because I don't want that it's a trap again, that I don't even find a search now.
Yes.
not.
What a good news. I mean, I am starting like this.
Yes.
You have to search
That's
to
right.
hear at some point. Do not search. Do not search. Why? Why? There is no
Because there is
search.
no I who is searching.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I speak, because you spoke about that, and
Okay.
I realized the same. What is going in me now. I don't know if it's the right answer. Why is it not? I don't find even an I who is
Okay.
searching.
Okay. I may not search because he gave up the past.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear again and again that I, if he's not fed with some object, some experience or idea, is there any I?
No.
It looks not.
Not.
It disappears. Now I will ask you to be very attentive.
What does it mean, attentive?
Attentive, vigilant. Don't confuse the experience of disappearance for who you are, and yet it's very true. I disappeared as a reality, and you are the one, you are truly the one who is aware that I disappeared. And keep quiet there. Stay there. Stay there, even though I, a rootless I call, a I without reality in it, may still disappear. But these are the waves of the ocean. Don't confuse yourself anymore with any movement of the mind. Stay here, stay here. And if at all you suddenly are aware, oh, I'm again maybe taken, just go back from where I comes from where I comes. Okay? Yes.
It's a very interesting subject.
That's why you came here, no?
For me, it was in the last 2 years something happening. Like, don't go in places where the I becomes very strong.
Mm-hmm.
This one from outside. Very strange situations come to me. They're really strong eyes coming. I have to deal with.
Yeah.
In emotion stuff, or even in physical
Yeah.
power, whatever.
Yeah.
Very powerful people. And the lesson I have to go is to be quiet, to see, just to stay and let come what comes, but don't interfere.
Excellent. Don't interfere.
Not interfere, and very strong sentence. That's very strong. Anyway, but afterward, it was also something. Wow, how where I am now, actually, nothing could touch. Could touch this, whatever it is. Some choice coming, or I have to go to normal acting just in a normal way.
Don't interfere.
But don't interfere. But do something also.
You
something
interfere.
Like
if you ask with your mind interferes. Then you don't keep quiet, it means. At the time you listen to your mind. You see, what happens, you may keep quiet somewhere, but there is still a seed of I. Not that it is radically eradicated as you think. You see, otherwise those little popping up would not happen. Because what is this rising thought or rising strong experiences? Even if you have the experience I keep quiet, it's because I is still there in another shape, in another form or sense than before. I agree, because there was a surge and many insights maybe, you see? Many indication. Now it's still a seed. Otherwise you would keep quiet every now. So there is a seed there, so it's a risk of blossoming again as the full king of I. Yeah? Yeah. And especially if you go into the suggestions of the mind, which will come naturally, but then what I will do with my life, or there must be something to be done with this life, you see, because this life belongs to whom? To whom? Huh? Tell me. Dare to tell me. It belongs to whom, this life? Where you want to act?
everything.
To everything? Oh.
Oh.
Who has the experience of that? Who has this idea? Everything. Who can say everything? Who can know that? Huh? I. You cannot escape. Realization is not to know. Realization is to be yourself. Make a difference, huh? So, keep more quiet, I would say. But for that, you have to really spot that it's because of this rising I, even if it is in seed, like you have a sensation, there is nobody there, or you have a sensation, everything comes from nowhere. That's why you answered everything. No? Or you have a sensation, it keeps quiet, but there is a seed. So you should keep more quiet in order to not feed this I with any belief that whatever will appear from wherever level is real. So just do that. You can do it at once, you see. And what's left is who you are. And stay as it is. And you see all those movements like the life, which is a movement of the mind. A personal life doesn't rise if I doesn't rise. So you have to spot that, to be sure. You have to be sure about that. Because then there will have a meaning to see, to hear from where I comes. From where? Any idea, you see, even I is an idea. Any idea rises from who you are. But don't confuse the arising thought for who you are. That's all you have to realize. But it's enormous. It makes the whole difference. So, do you think that there is something else in appearances or in the creation than the mind?
No.
No. Good. Okay. So you can wipe out as mind everything which is suggested or experienced. You agree? Okay. So, what I heard from you, is it not mind? It is. You may not recognize it yet when there is an identification, but you see, whatever you can describe is mind. Whatever. There is no exceptions. I is not even an exception, imagine. So any question from here is not valuable. You have not to feed it. Things will happen on its own. You see, the life, I say, follow. It's not that you have to take care of your life. Even though, if the life asks you to think about something and all, you will face it with your mind, of course. But I mean about what's real. I touch only the point, what's real, which is only that is. But from there, waves, clouds, creation appear and disappear. And the whole point is to confuse this for who you are. So, just be very radical. There is no exception to take one single I rising with something as reality. No exception. And that frees you completely from illusory realities. Where are you now?
Thinking. Something is thinking. I listen attentively.
So what you listen attentively, let it not stop at your mind. Let it just go through like a laser and stay there. because it's your own self. There is no other way now. Enough of experiences, you see. Enough. I think all of us, there are not so many very young people, have been searching for years with good masters, beautiful masters. So at some point one must see that experiences and the directions given by the mind doesn't help. They don't help to be liberated from unsatisfaction or illusions. If you don't see it, ask and tell me what's your conviction. I'm very ready to shake it up. Because sooner or later it will be shaken by its nature.
Is it possible to have freedom once and for all in this lifetime?
Absolutely. The great master, starting from the Buddhas, told us, and we are still touched by what they try to indicate us. Absolutely. Otherwise, there is no point to hear this. No point. Yes. But what may take time is that the mind interferes all the time. So the mind presents more and more understanding, or deeper and deeper, and create platforms where one finally rests and keeps some rest, and nothing wrong with all that, but it has nothing to do with who you are. And who you are this is what the master who realize themselves indicate. Because you see, there is peace only, and love and joy, even though waves still may appear of different colors. It's duality, a wave. So it will be joy and suffering also, but you don't, that identification has been cut, that confusion. So the dream may continue with its pain and joy. That's sure. Agitation and moments of quietness. That is sure. But you are not the dream. So if anybody has still this confusion, this idea that the life will bring peace and real joy, it's really a wrong opinion, a concept. The life, the dream in which we are, and we don't know it's a dream because we are identified, you see. There is no control about that. And it is of the dual nature. Always, if you say black, there will be, it's because you know there is white, you have the concept. If you speak of joy, it's because you know what's suffering. It's always based on each other, this duality. It's called an illusory reality, or a reduced view on who you are really, from where it came from where to where it disappears. So surely one can liberate himself from this confusion. And why, if you trust, as it is said, who you are is in every now. It's just now. It's a way to say. It's not the now of the time, but it's a way to try to speak to you. What I wanted to say. It will come. Yeah. Why the realization is not there just now is because one delays. One delays. How come? Because we always come back to the same, you see, because it trusts what the mind brings to I. It trusts it. Say, oh, there, it's interesting, I may dig there, I may go deeper, I love this direction, this fits my ideal, and all this, you see, you can recognize that. But that itself is again a delay. It means the I is not yet totally fed up because it has not seen enough maybe, or not tasted enough maybe. You see? So this, if you are visited by this intense desire, no, it's enough. I really want to hear the right thing. I want to be myself. Then it can be in a split second. You see? Or at least I keep so quiet that you allow it to lose all its so-called reality, and you stay there. Don't have any doubt, Manu, about it, because you already are it now. So don't listen. Don't listen to those questions. It feeds the I. You don't understand. It feeds the I. So give it up. Yes.
Yesterday you spoke about the source to somebody.
Yeah.
And could you speak more about?
Yes. So.
Because
yeah.
if I just started to, I'm getting hearing it gets a meaning for me.
Yeah.
The source.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't have so much effort if I'm the source of...
You get the point. Absolutely. You are even prior that expression. Source is still an expression, but it's a very good tool to just trace back, go back from where I, who puts this question, comes. But actually, you see, why this tracing back is just to remind you that you were always yourself. And that was a real hallucination, or dream if you like, to think that you had to search for it.
Today I'm not there.
Where are you today? Let's see. We can start from anywhere. Where are you?
I try to lose anything that is that was important.
Okay. And what remains? What remains? Just now.
The effort.
Yeah, I make the effort to give up.
Yes.
Yes. I make the effort to give up. Sure. You see, I make the effort to demystify, I would say. To demystify that whatever he hooks at is not real. It was not there before, it has a span of life, it goes on changing. So it has to demystify, telling this is mind. It's not me. It's not who I am. But of course, there is a tremendous effort because the habits to hook was tremendous. But it doesn't last long, don't worry. It doesn't last long. Because who is the master of the I? Who is the master of the so-called powerful mind, I would say? The root, the I. Yes, it's me. It's me. When you arrive there, don't go into any direction. You have not to make efforts to give up. You are I, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Let it disappear on its own, as it is also a thought, and stay there. Let it disappear on its own. Don't feed it.
I'm lost.
You jumped. You jumped somewhere.
Yes.
Okay, but I am lost is what? What is I am lost? No, tell me.
It's a thought.
It's an experience. It's a
Yes.
thought. It has no value. It has no value. Nothing real there. It's real for I, because you see, if you think that I is real, the object or the thought will be real. It is a magic between them. So that's why I say we are hypnotized. So there is only one tool about it. Drop the thought. Stay there. Or trace back, go back from where this I thought came. There is no escape, there is no other way.
I feel I'm jumping sometimes.
Okay, I
it's so
jump.
clear
Then
and
what is it? What is it I jump? Immediately you have to be vigilant. Unexperienced, drop it. Nothing real. Otherwise you feed I all the time. That's why we take years, you see. You have to spot, that's mind. Everything is mind. But one doesn't see it for everything. So in satsang it is, you can be helped in that way. I lost a thought. I jump a thought. Finally what? I will keep quiet some time. Helpless, hopeless. Oh my God. Who am I? Stay there.
And if I cannot name
The myself.
the trouble,
The what? The trouble?
yes,
It's unnameable. Is it not a description? I have a trouble. I cannot name it. What is it? A description. And some people are very happy because finally they experience the indescribable. And of course, they hear it cannot be described. So they say, that's it. I realized, it's so beautiful. And one day it goes. Because those are possible states, you see. When I say it's not describable, is that there is, even if you want it, there is no way to describe. It's not a state. So even when you say it, I cannot describe, it's a thought. It's like we start. I am ignorant. I cannot realize. I need help. Because we believe in that thought, we are in big trouble for years. They are thoughts. But it's excellent if you can spot the I thought. If you can express even I alone, it's thought. Leave it also. But you see also, one is many times just quietly without hooking at something, means not going into the mind. But for some reason, his mind is not empty enough. That's why I insist about demystification of the mind. And then he goes back. Or he has not heard. This is it. This is the diamond. This is it. Because the mind will not find anything there. So that's why I say, don't follow the suggestions of the mind. Otherwise you will miss it all the time. So you have to hear, this is the diamond you search for. This is it. You are it. You are it. This is it just now. A bit more clear? Maybe totally. So whatever experience you have, even if you cannot spot it as an experience, if it goes, the moment it goes, don't worry, it was not it. So be happy. One more, gone. You like it? All those who come for the first time, you are okay not to ask anything? Hmm? Yes, please.
Yeah, when I first came,
Yeah.
I had the feeling I want to ask something.
Yeah.
But listening to you,
Yeah.
I just yeah, I just saw this part of me who wanted. Was like I saw this I who had this idea it has to know something more.
Yeah.
Because I know this state of being, but it's amazing how many times you can fall for the mind again.
How many times
How many times I fall for the mind again, like how I believe it again. Because
Yes.
it becomes more and more subtle.
Yes.
And again, I get this idea I have to do something again.
Okay. Then you replace it by again and again. I have to be quieter and quieter. Means don't take your any sublime states for it. Any suggestion of the mind, don't trust it about this realization of who you are. But there is no exception. Hmm. So you have nothing to do more. Rather, you have to demystify more, which is just don't look, don't go there, don't go there. That's very nice.
Yes, very simple.
Very simple.
Thanks for reminding.
Very simple. But you see, you are there, stay there. Stay there. And if at all you have this illusion, oh, again I went in my mind. No, it's an illusion. Nothing happened. Give up. Nothing happened. The water of the waves and of the ocean stay water. Nothing happened. You have not lost yourself. It was just a movement. Don't go there. Yeah? Great. Very nice. Because you see, the mind I quickly rises because it's nature as long as this body and mind are alive. And quickly he makes out of what it is to be oneself. So that image will spoil, because if you don't fit this image, you of course lost it. All this is totally bullshit of the mind. He's such a gossiper. You don't go there if you want to honor who you are, which is always available. It's here. Huh? Which color have you today, Shonyan? Huh?
It's a bit more flashy.
I don't understand that. Flashy?
Flashy.
Oh,
Yes.
I wished you replied colorless.
Yes. Yes, I give full force for this.
But you are it already, huh? Don't forget. But if I want to be it, yes, you have full force, because he will never attain it, sure. Bas. Enough. You don't need more reminding, isn't it?
It was a very precious time we were these days.
Because you wanted to. Of
Yes.
course. Of
Yes.
course. Of course. Me close.
I can very good, at least sometimes very good practice what you have said the day before yesterday, so during the Satsang.
Yeah.
So I can express to make the waves very little. So every moment something rose up the mind, everything. So you
Yeah.
say, or somebody
Yeah.
says something, there is a noise from outside, or I see something, I feel something.
Okay.
I not attached to it,
Okay.
and I feel very good. So now of course I have to speak to
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
but
Mhm.
I do it during the satsang
Yeah.
and ask my question, and I can again say that the waves are very little now, so very.
Yeah, but
Like
don't
that.
trust the height of the waves, please.
Mhm.
Don't trust them, because there will always be a sudden storm. So never trust the mind. Doesn't matter if it is big or small. Doesn't matter if the experience to be lost is small or intense. It's exactly the same. It just comes and goes. So always be firm like a rock to go back to the source of this I. And you may have, because of that, you may have those experiences, but the importance is to
Yes,
go.
I just try to express.
Yeah, but I love
what-
it, yeah, but I just also
Yes.
tell. Yes. Okay, I'm
But
very,
I feel it much more than
yeah. because you are much more wanting to free yourself. Of course.
At least right now. Yeah.
Or don't leave space to a doubt.
Okay.
It's like this. Be firm, that's what I say. Be firm with that. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please.
But will the mind ever be satisfied? Or will there be a point where no doubts are anymore? Or is it just not listening to the doubts?
You see, the mind, okay, the mind will not suggest satisfaction or unsatisfaction once it surrenders. And what does it mean, surrendering? Is when I, still I, you see, has demystified its value, has recognized there is nowhere to go. This is not the tool to realize myself. Then you are left with this very beginner, seeker, I, but alone. Alone. So alone means he will not care how his mind will be. Because then you hook again I to something. And I tell you, I cannot live for long if it is not fed. You understand what I mean by fed?
Yes, it's like going
Going
into
into it.
Yeah.
Going into it. That's why this direction to go to the source of I is precious, because it leaves all the hooks behind.
But it's going to the source of I. This is something I do not catch.
Yeah, okay.
I know that I am.
Okay.
I'm not interested in it anymore.
Okay. Then it's time to hear it. It's a perfect time before it's nearly not needed. Okay. So you demystified your mind. You are helpless. You know it doesn't help you.
So the last thing was watching your satsang, and I'm not interested in the absolute states anymore. So
Yes, excellent.
I've left with nothing right now.
Oh, very nice. So only one belief stays, appears as real. That's why you ask. Which one is it? One belief is there. I. Not necessary to add a lot. It's a belief. So who is aware of this I? Stay there. Don't ask questions, otherwise you enter in your mind and you feel I. Stay there.
You mean me?
Whosoever wants. It's a big risk, mind you.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I have a question or what it is.
Okay, maybe you just come and it's nice for you.
Yeah, but if I would ask something,
Yeah. He's very protective. Yes, okay, I can bear it.
yeah, I would ask about my responsibility for
Yes, of course.
for the physical.
For the life, for my beautiful, cherished personal life.
Because if I follow your words,
Yeah.
everything disappears.
Don't worry, your mind, which belongs to the world, and your body will respond beautifully, better than what you think. That's the trust in yourself. It will respond. It's very intelligent by itself. Okay? No if now? You can drop
Very
if?
quiet right now.
Okay.
So what's about the fire? Just watching?
The fire burns you. How can you watch a fire, you see? It burns you. But it's a fire which doesn't even produce ashes. Hmm?
If I don't interfere, it gets stronger.
It's an experience also, isn't it?
I know.
So don't give a direction to that fire. Just know it's an experience. That's it. Mind you, if you continue, I will call you turtle in Sanskrit. I like this name, but I never gave it to a man.
No, I'm not ready. I love this name. But I don't know why in the work today I was very quiet and very okay. And on the way up here, getting to the train and coming here, it started.
I told you I am a
Burning,
troublemaker. I am a troublemaker. If there is anything left, I am a troublemaker. I
It's not a
do
trouble.
like this.
It's very nice also.
Okay.
But
Then it means you
I don't
like
know what-
experiences. You love experiences.
I will always love experience.
Oh, then you
Isn't
don't love to be freed.
This I will always.
Okay, great. This
it
I will
always
only.
have
Okay,
some experiences.
okay. Who are you?
I'm not this I.
Then keep right there.
If I'm firm like a rock and just looking, it doesn't mean
I
is
didn't
away.
say that I has to be like a rock. Never. You see, he agrees totally.
Just meant
be firm like a rock doesn't mean that I will dissolve instantly, right?
This I didn't catch, yeah?
If there is this firmness of a rock, just not moving with the mind again.
Yeah, a strong determination to free yourself, so to outroot the power of habits. Huh?
But
Be strong
I
like a rock.
still will be there, watched. From this
You don't need to
firmness.
watch. Don't watch. Don't watch. I mean, don't polish. You see, if you watch, it means you still give some value. Be freed from that, because these are the tricks of the mind. You never know. If you look once, the magic is there. You are hypnotized. That's what happens, you see.
So it just doesn't matter if I is there or not. Just
Yeah,
be
sure.
as it is.
Well, be as it is, but you speak of I then.
Yeah, better,
We'll come back. Just
better not going in the movement of the mind.
no,
It's not so
don't.
complicated.
But I like, because you start to see more what is a movement, what it means by movement of the mind. Because it's not easy to spot what it is, except for the very obvious things. So yes, don't go into any. Let it be sublime, intense movement of the mind, or banal, or boring. Don't go into a movement. Don't let it touch you. It can appear, but don't let it touch you, because it's just an expression. But where you really are, there is peace and joy and complete fullness. Or emptiness, you can't call. We don't know how to call it. Okay.
And the life, physical life. And
Oh, don't
work
go
and
there.
this-
Don't go there. Don't go there. It's mind. It will delay you for years if you go there and try to have the best answer or insight. Don't go there. If you want to be radical and quick, which is totally possible, don't go there.
I will take you by your words.
I hope so. Good. Yes, please.
Now I have a question I would like to bounce off you. Because it's something that I see come up very often when I'm faced with this nothing.
Yeah.
And yeah, a question that often comes up is, what do I do then?
Is
What do I do then if I don't have a life?
But then it's not emptiness. You jump on another thought. You see, emptiness is also a thought or a state or an experience, which is not there daily. So it looks like it has really some value. It's something deeper, okay? Deeper in the created consciousness, okay? But if you kick it by hooking at this other thought, then there is no way out of the mind. But if you stay in emptiness just for a moment, knowing it's a state too, knowing it's the state, because who you are is not even emptiness, I tell you. You may be able to suddenly just see, oh, but who is the one who is aware of that? And then you definitively keep quiet, because the whole dream has been seen. Okay? Understood?
Yeah, but now I have another question.
But you agree that you jump from one question to another
Yeah,
in your mind? Okay.
Yeah, I see that I grab something which appears.
Mhm.
And it's my interest in that question that makes me grab it.
Oh, absolutely. It's because you still have the belief that some answer will give you a real insight. Through that, you will really free yourself one day. Of course. Unless you are interested in something else, but it's the way it works. Huh? You understand that?
I didn't get the last sentence.
Unless you want something else than liberation, then go into the direction of your goal, of course, but then this is not my subject. You understand?
I'm not sure.
What do you don't understand? What don't you understand? What you don't understand?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ah!
I didn't stick, I guess.
That's good. I don't want you to stick. I think you didn't yet see enough vigilantly that whatever comes in form of a question, for example, or anything, but now you are into questions, it is a movement of your mind. Do you see that?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. If you follow any movement of the mind, it's because there is still some attraction or some belief that any answer or experience or insight will solve the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Ah,
Yeah,
very good. Very good. Now you will appreciate why I say don't go into any movement of the mind in order to realize who you are. It will never be through the mind. It's the moment you give up the mind for just a moment. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Yeah, but I'll do that forever, won't I?
But, you enter where when you say but? Where do you enter?
Yeah, in the mind, probably.
In the mind? No, probably. Surely it is the door, the gate door of the mind. Why do you go there when I tell you just a second before to realize yourself you have not to enter into the mind? Why you go there? So it means you never did it. If you're not clear, please ask, huh? Because it's a place to remove all.
Yeah, what I meant is that I remain there or that by surrendering forever. It's not like I make one choice and that's it.
Why
That's what
you
I
say
meant.
so? This is an idea you have, it's a concept. It's a concept. If you give up one thing, one shape that the mind takes to attract you, if you give it up, then that's it. But nobody does it. It takes it as an information, or it delays, or whatever, or it jumps on something else. Nobody does it. Till he really has seen, I'm fed up with this mind, so-called going into my mind, I want to free myself. You see?
Mm.
Good. Okay. But I'm happy you see it, because then you understand why you don't realize yourself, you see? It's because you don't do it so far. Okay? So, what makes you believe you did it? How is that experience? Please, yeah.
What do you mean makes me believe I did what?
You told me I always go there, but what did you say? I come back to my mind, whatever. What makes you believe that you have been freed from I? Which experience? Tell me, describe me.
Yeah, of presence, of empty presence.
It's
Unbounded.
not even that. Who you are is not, who would call a description of who you are as a divine or empty presence. No, it is an experience of very deep level and different level than the daily mind. But don't take this for it, please. It's an experience. It came, it was not there, and it leaves you. Don't tell me that it's alive just now. Understand? Do you see it? If not, tell me.
So you say that's a concept I have?
It's the concept that you think it's it. It's who you are. It's an experience. And you have the concept that this is real. This is who you are. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Okay. That's all. You need just to hear that. So whatever happens to you is just an experience. Don't confuse it for who you are. Let it have those great words as emptiness, beyond, absolute, what not. It's not who you are, it's an experience. And who has got an experience then? Who?
No.
Huh? Who?
Yeah, I'm not sure if you understand what I mean, because
I understand you very well.
Because it's obvious
Yeah.
that I exist, and it's obvious that I'm aware.
But this is, you say two obvious things. It can be only one. Or I exist. This is the basic conviction of the dreamer. Or I am aware, and you stop there and never ask any question because you're at peace. You understand? You say two opposite things, contradictory statements. And since you have arguments with yourself and so on, you are in I exist. It's obvious, it's the identification. You believe so. You have not questioned. But who sends this existence? You must reply, I. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's this I? Did you question that? Who is this I? What is it?
Yeah, it depends if it's a thought or if it's an experience.
It's exactly the same, because the experience must get an experiencer. And a thought has to get a thinker. It's I. It has only different names, you know. It's always I. You have not questioned the so-called reality of I. Doesn't matter. I mean, you come to this, it's excellent. But you have to see how essential it is now to question I, this I thought that you believed so much to be the base.
Yeah, but I can clearly see that that's not who I am. That the I is something that comes and goes and changes its form.
No, you see the experiencing, the experience coming and going, but you have not seen this I. You have seen the experience of I go on changing. Right. I agree, I accept. What about this I who sees all that? What is this I who has been born, who believes he will die? What is this I? Who am I? Go from where it comes.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. That when I meant this presence or this emptiness, And that's
My
just
dear.
words, but it's
No, but they are your words. I mean, they are, I know. But it is an experience of I. Otherwise, who can speak of presence and what not? I mean, who can say, who knows this? Who can say so? Who you are is not even that. It's too much. And it will trouble you, because if you take this for who you are, be honest. It comes and goes too. I never saw an experience permanent so far, even though it may have the flavor of permanency, but it comes and goes. But one is very attached to it, of course. It's an attainment. It is a rest in this life of I. But go for the real thing. Then you will not be deluded. You understand?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Can you lead me to exactly what you say I am?
Can I guide you to what?
To what you say what I am.
You are myself. I just speak to the one who tries to tell me that an experience is real. But otherwise you are yourself. I am myself. There is a self, that's all. Isn't it? It has no characteristics, not even presence, not even absence, nothing.
Can I say something more?
Yeah, of
Just
course.
to clarify, because
Of course, I am happy.
There is something left
Yeah.
when I let go of everything.
Okay,
and
but
there's something that can't be gotten rid of, and it remains.
Very good. Okay.
So you're saying that even that is an experience which I have to let go.
But why you have, for example, if you realize yourself, I can totally agree, but let me also express, if you realize yourself, why do so many questions? You don't need confirmation of anyone.
No, yeah, that's true.
You don't need.
But you are extremely clear.
Yeah.
And
but you see, I would like to help you to remove the cherishable place where you are, which looks, I agree, very much like what is described about who you are. But it's still a platform, you know. Otherwise, you will not speak like you speak. So you don't need much. You just need to sincerely see that where your wave appears, which is the presence, I don't know how you said it, but let's say presence, is also an expression, and you are the one aware of that expression. There is no confusion about it. And you stay there and never ask any question, because what for? Otherwise, you see, the power of your mind will come back, and then what? Will own experiences, pride, arrogance, I attain this and all that. So, where you really are, what you really are, you see, will not stop the rising I and experiences. Let it be agitation, let it be presence. It will not control that. It's the way it is. but they are rising. It's just a rising. Don't confuse yourself, that's all. Once you have seen in a split second, it's enough. It's like you confuse the rope to be a snake, and suddenly you saw, oh, but it's a rope. It doesn't take time, and it is enough, even if at dark you say, oh, this snake, oh no, I know it's a rope. You see, it's a joke. Hmm? And if there is any slightest confusion, it means I is still, even if not powerful like before, it's still a seed. And that is the risk, because the seed can grow like a baobab again. Happy to hear this.
Yeah,
Me too.
very happy.
I'm very happy
it
that
can't,
you
it
spoke.
can't be more clear.
It's very
But,
important.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you or show you what makes me lead, you know, so that you can.
Yes, but I think that's what
destroy it.
happened, no? That's what's going on between us. Huh?
What do you mean?
All what we spoke, it is to clarify,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, but that's why I told you, so that you can tear it apart.
But
so
it
that
is
I can let
done.
go.
It is done, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. It's very nice to expose that. Very nice. Now you know, you just have to honor that in the sense of a very natural be that, and that's it. Okay?
Yeah, I won't touch it again.
Very good, very good, very good. Very good. You want to say anything? You want to I don't know, what's your name?
Me?
Yeah, you are happy?
I'm happy, yes.
Okay, you are fine?
Yes.
Very good. What's your name?
Mahendra.
Mahendra. You have beautiful names, huh?
Yes, Papaji gave it to me.
Ah, that's You're lucky.
Yes. Very lucky.
And you? You? Yeah, you? Yeah, you want to say anything, or you are okay like this?
Okay, it's the first time for me, so
Okay, first time in satsang or first time?
I'm just listening carefully.
Okay, very nice.
Try to understand.
It's your first satsang, no? Yeah?
Yeah, it's my first.
This one, yeah. Okay, okay, listen
Very
well.
impressed.
Listen not with your ears, it will be wonderful. And you? Fine?
Very fine.
Okay. And you?
I'm listening
Yes?
first.
Okay, okay. If anything is not so clear, you can ask, huh? Okay. Yes, please. Sorry.
And the spotting,
Huh?
the spotting,
Mm.
does it have effort?
Does it?
Does it need an effort?
Or probably because your habits is just to go along the flow. So of course suddenly you want to demystify. It's to demystify, to spot the mind, huh? to really see that I, after all, is just an idea. So, yeah, tremendous effort for a while, and then all is dropped. We made so much effort to get habits. We can, for some time, to free oneself, make this counter effort. Yeah?
Yes, just effort and tension is very close, I think.
I don't enter into those details. Effort means, you see, it is what gives you this strength for this effort, the desire to liberate yourself. So don't call it effort. You say I want to be free. Means I want to realize that I am here, now, whatever. My true nature. You see? So that will make the job. That will make the job. Okay? And satsang gives fire to this desire. It reminds you. So whenever you can, come to satsang, who speaks about this. Yes, of course.
I don't even know if I can...
But you speak a little louder.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can form a question.
Okay.
I was stuck.
You feel stuck?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
When I had the first time the desire, the idea,
Yeah.
there's something more to life.
Yes.
Than just working independently.
Yeah.
That's when I started, or I didn't even look. It just something came to me and I started learning.
Yes. Learning about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it changed over the years. So right now I'm at a point where I don't feel that need anymore.
Okay.
And my mind tells me it's a concept also, an idea. Yeah, and I'm stuck. I feel kind of good, not searching, no fire or little fire or less.
Yeah.
There's no urge anymore. And I don't know if that's a concept or if I'm just lacking trust or
lacking
trust or if I even know what trust is.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. It's truly painful, huh?
I don't feel pain.
But when you speak, you feel the pain.
I'm nervous also.
Yes. Good.
My eyes decide to cry. I don't know why. It just happens sometimes.
It is very painful to cover oneself with one experience. You see, the experience of I don't search or I have no urge, it's very natural, it comes after a search. You come to this point, but it's a kind of attainment, huh? A kind of attainment, because it gives you a bit more easier life or a bit more space of being quiet or happy.
It's easier, yeah.
Yeah, but it's an attainment because it was not there before also. It was not there before. Before you were not searching, there was a search. Yes or no?
I knew there was more. I didn't really look. I just knew there was more.
No, but okay, but you have been visited by something which made you study and all that. I mean that. And suddenly this drops and you are in no search. You agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's an attainment. It was not there before. You attained that, you accomplished that.
But what I don't understand is what wasn't there before. The
But
attainment-
to be quiet sometimes and to have a easier life and not to have a search.
Okay.
Okay, you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So who got the search or the visit of something else has to be there? Who got that?
The mind, the ego, the I,
Yeah, but say just one word to make it simple. I. Because in daily life always we say I first, yeah? Okay. I suddenly had this idea. I studied and I got to the point that I don't search and don't have even an urge. It's quite okay. Something like that, which is not really true. But it happens to whom all these states or periods of life? Huh?
the I.
Yes, to I. And that is the trouble. That is the trouble. Because I is taken for real. You think it's you. You think it's you are. Hmm?
I don't even think about it. It just
No, I just tell you so that you think at least about it.
Okay.
To remove that state. Huh? Okay, to be clear. Everyone has to be clear, no? Okay. That's why I insist all those stages of your life, it happens always to I. And so, if it was a real attainment or achievement, you would not come here to search a little bit or to want maybe to hear something else or I feel stuck. This will not be here, isn't it? Okay. That's your luck. That's your luck now. Because this so-called non-search, suddenly it becomes again a search. I go now towards a more serious search. Serious because now you have to hear. It is not while going into any experience or stages of life or state that I will be questioned. Because now what looks stuck, it's just I, not even I and it's I which has not been questioned because it thinks himself to be real. Yeah? You follow?
More or less.
So who says more or less?
It's a bit much.
Who says more or less?
Yeah.
Okay, I. We always come back to I. And I will never give you contentment. I itself, with some platform, some landing, will never give you contentment. If you want to be at peace, real peace, you have to investigate. You hear for the first time maybe, or try to hear it fresh, I is, you can say I. Yeah? You say it, so it's an expression. It's the first expression, the first creation which gives rise to all the rest. It is called a root, a I thought, a cause. I is the cause of everything. So if you simply keep quiet, and whatever passes in your life, you ask to whom this happens, to I, and keep quiet with I till it disappears. You keep quiet there. And you do it again and again whenever you are aware of it. And at some point, all those habits and beliefs will lose their power of reality.
Can you ask something else?
Yes, of course.
So it's the feeling, or the I don't know how to phrase it. It's the state that I'm in right now.
Yeah.
That I believe that I'm in. Also believe of the result.
Yes, dear. Yes. It's the belief of I believe so. That's why I can describe so well myself, even if you don't have the words, but you know yourself, you know very well where you are. Yes, it's a belief.
It's just that it doesn't feel so bad. It doesn't feel so bad to be in this relaxed position.
But I never said to go away if you feel fine. But if you have another demand, then I am there to trouble you. But if you are fine, I will not trouble you. Yeah, of course.
Question if it's a concept.
I told you. So don't tell me more, otherwise you will not be happy.
You will trouble me.
Yes. Anyway, now it's too late. Sometimes you will remember, like a worm in the apple, and then you will come again to Satsang maybe to hear more. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for those beautiful sharing, and good luck. And thank you very much for the beautiful room, the possibility we have to have satsang, and to you to allow me to be in a good place.